Welcome to One Book, One Review.
Today's book is Heatwave by Richard Castle. It is a crime fiction tie-in to ABC's show Castle. Normally I don't read crime fiction, but when I saw this book I couldn't resist. It's not so much about the story as the fact that the book even exists. If you are a fan of the show, you know that in the second season, Richard Castle, the main character, publishes his first book after his writer's block. This book is Heatwave. Throughout an entire episode, the novel is present. The cover art, the inscription, the acknowledgements, and of course the hot sex scene between Detective Heat and her reporter Shadow are talked about. In a later season, the book appears again when it will be turned into a movie. So when I saw they published Heatwave, I had to read it. The story goes like this. Superstar magazine journalist Jameson Rook follows the homicide detective Nikki Heat to research an article on New York's finest. The case he gets to ride along on is a murder of a real estate tycoon who was thrown off his balcony. During the investigation, they learn about the many secrets and problems of his life, women, gambling, and the financial ruin of his business. On their way to solve the murder, the team has to deal with various mysteries, affairs, and more dead bodies. The book is a fascinating read for a fan of the show. From the first page on, it feels like being in one of the episodes. The language is true to Richard Castle, especially when he has one of his crazy theory moments. But you get more than in the show. The reader has a deeper insight into Nikki Heat's character than into Kate Beckett's minds, and there is more background information to the way the team works and how they act together. Nevertheless, the book's characters differ from the show's characters. Nikki Heat is more sexed up than Beckett, and Rook is more annoying and stupid than Castle. I think this is an interesting aspect of the novel-show connection. As a fan of the show, the reader knows Richard Castle, the author of the book, and thus his characterization of his main characters tells us also something about him, showing us how aware he is of his disturbance and the danger he presents on a crime scene. In this way, the book adds new dimensions to the character of Richard Castle, and I like this side of him. I also like that the book wasn't written badly, as Castle seems to be such a sophisticated and smart man in the show, and reading this book could have easily taken that away from me. Another opportunity the book gives to the fan of the show is experiencing what it would be like if Beckett and Castle broke their boundaries and became more than friends. In the book, Nikki Heat and Jameson Rook give in to their sexual attraction, and I felt a kind of satisfaction or relief, as it seems to be the natural thing. Of course, this would not work in the show, as it would ruin their work relationship and take away the easy entertainment the show offers at the moment. All in all, I have to say I was impressed by the book. I didn't expect much, as I'm not interested in fan fiction. Reading this book was fun though. Seeing Rook being clumsy, stupid, and in the way was as enjoyable as were Nikki Heat's inner monologues. Plus, I like the fact that they kept everything true to form. The cover art, the inscription, and acknowledgements are the same as in the show, as was the praise printed on the novel. Heatwave is a really nice asset to the show, and I'm curious to read Naked Heat, Castle's second novel. Currently, I'm trying to decipher Jonathan Safran's first 3 of codes. Thanks for watching One Book, One Review.